From the biggest moments
Can you believe it?
to gold medal championships,
Sidney Crosby, the golden goal!
it's your update on Canada's game. You're listening to the True North Ice podcast with Jacob Ewing and Caleb Schneider.
Welcome back to the True North Ice podcast, where we talk everything Hockey Canada and Canada hockey related. And we got a good one today, Jake. Hey, we're talking about the World Championship roster that the women's team has provided for us, and we're also going to talk about some youth sports as well. Are you excited?
I'm super excited. Finally, after a little bit of a break in some international competition, we get a real one.
Yeah.
A real competition.
Oh, yeah.
And Hockey Canada released the lineup, so I'm super psyched to go through it.
Yep.
Some not really many shocks.
No.
A couple new players, though, that I'm very excited to talk about. Should be a good team as always, though.
Yeah, it's going to be a top one or two team once
hope so.
again. Oh, we hope so.
You hope
I
so.
mean, we'll see. Maybe Switzerland shows up. I don't know where. But it should be great, and we'll have some fun talking some youth sports as youth sports wrapped up this past weekend by the time we're recording.
Yeah,
But-
one heck of a tournament.
Yeah,
eh?
two heck of a tournaments.
Two heck of a, yeah,
Mhm.
100%.
But we'll dive into that later. We're going to get to the big stuff first. But actually, importantly, if you remember from one of the earlier episodes, I did announce that I would be picking a PWHL team for episode 6, and here we are today.
Wow.
Do you wanna take a guess, or do you want me to just go for
Okay,
it?
so-
I can break down what I'm looking at too for my team.
All right, so I really hope you did pick Minnesota just because they are Walter Cup champions, and
Yeah.
I hate bandwagons. So,
I'm not a bandwagon.
and we are a Hockey Canada podcast, so I mean there are 3 options up here in the north. So I kind of hope you'd pick a Canadian team.
Yeah.
But I'm ready to hear it. My guess will be the Montreal Victoire. That's my guess.
Interesting.
And if you pick that, you're also bandwagon because they have the GOAT. So,
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Well-
Drum roll, please.
My PWHL team fandom goes towards the Toronto
Say?
Scepters.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
the
the
Scepters, eh?
Scepters.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Okay, we do live in Toronto, so I
And
respect
do you want
the
me to
pick.
break it down?
It's
pretty
very
simple.
short. Keep it simple, yeah.
Best logo, best color scheme. Done.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Also, good team second right now in the P-Dub, so
It's
looking
true.
for a long playoff
Yeah,
run.
didn't want to go for Montreal because they're obviously winning.
Yeah.
New York,
Yep.
Minnesota won last year. New York's logo is odd. I like the colors though. Boston, cool logo, ugly jersey. And Ottawa, I can't do Ottawa.
Okay, of
Based
course
on
you can.
politics.
Of course, politics, you know?
Yep.
Nation's
about
capital,
it.
politics, yep. All right, let's get into it, though.
Yes, let's
Why
get
don't
into
we?
it.
So, lots to talk about. Roster has released.
Yep.
A lot of the same thing we saw in the rivalry series
Yep.
that they just played against the U.S. not too long ago, only a couple months. Couple interesting changes, though, that we should definitely talk about.
We will, yeah.
How do you want to do this, Caleb? Do you want to go player by player, kind of break it down?
Let's go.
I kind of separated mine from the players who have been to a bunch of world championships and a bunch of Olympics, and then slowly as we go through the roster, we get to the
Okay.
players who are maybe a bit newer. It's
it-
up to you, though. I want to
it-
hear your opinion.
Doesn't matter. I'm good with anything. I've got mine sorted by just position category.
Yep.
But
So do I. So
okay.
do I.
Mine's a little all over the place,
Yeah.
a little unorganized, but we can do whatever you want.
Okay,
We'll start with the forward core.
Yes, we'll start with the forward core,
Yeah.
of course, and let's start with the GOAT herself, Captain Canada, as I like to call her, Marie-Philippe Pelin,
Yep.
who will be the captain of this World Championship roster,
Yeah.
and it's pretty obvious.
No
she
doubter.
is. The thing is, she's 34 years old now. That's the older side of the PWHL. And she is still first in goals, 6th in overall points, and
Yeah.
first in plus minus. So
Yes, with
she is
13,
still
plus
playing.
13. Yeah,
Yep.
she's
still playing at a top
Yeah.
level.
You know what, Jake? When do you think she doesn't make a national team? What year?
Man,
we're in 20
like, the
we're in
thing is,
2025 right now. And she's 34?
She's if not better than Sidney Crosby compared to the men's side.
Yeah.
And she's going to have so much longevity on this team. Are we talking World Championship? I think she could play in the World Championship till she's 39. I gave her 5 more.
5 more years, so
Yeah.
2030.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can, you know what? Depending on what the team looks like and the depth,
Yeah.
the new prospects
Like
are coming
2030, we got the Olympics
up. Yeah.
that year. So
I think she makes the team.
make the
Depth
Olympic
piece.
team in 2030.
Right there, depth piece right there.
Alrighty.
She's still performing at the
She
shop level.
probably, yeah, she probably wouldn't be a depth piece. I'd probably maybe top 6, top 9.
Yeah. And think about it. So her Olympics goes. She played in the 2010
Yeah.
Olympics, and she was an all-star.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That is unreal. If she played in the 2030 Olympics, that's 20 years in
Yeah.
the difference.
20
That's
years.
insane.
Yeah. No doubt her, obviously. We're not going to go much into her.
That's why I
obviously.
named her first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get her out of the way. Do you want me to name a couple more that we can just kind of push past?
Sure. I also just want to mention Mary Philippe Land. Also, her first world championship was back in 2009. So she's been
Ouch,
doing this
yeah.
for a while. Anyways, move on. Next player.
I think the next one that we like, there's so many locks, but like
There is a lot.
Sarah Nurse,
Yep.
Natalie Spooner are probably the next two that are
Yeah,
pretty much a lock.
I like that. Both have played an astronomical
Yeah.
amount of hockey for Canada.
Natalie Spooner's a little interesting because she was hurt for quite a bit this season.
Only
for the
9
PW.
games this
Only
season.
9 games, 5 points.
Yeah.
Sarah Nurse has got 23 points in like 25 games this season.
Yeah.
As a no doubter.
Yeah. She. Both have played, as I said, tons
Yeah.
of hockey for Canada. Tons of world championships. Natalie Spooner's played a ton. She has 3 gold. Share her world championship accolades: 3 gold, 6 bronze, and 3 golds, 6 silver, and 1 bronze.
Yeah.
So lots of silver. Hopefully, another gold to add to her tally. But same as Sarah Nurse.
Yeah.
So much hockey for Canada.
Oh, yeah.
2 definite locks. I could see maybe Spooner playing in the top 6. Nurse also maybe playing in the top 6, probably.
Yeah, Nurse
Maybe.
probably will. I don't know about Spooner.
Yeah, Spooner is also a little bit on the older side. I think she's 1 year older than Mary Philippe
Yeah.
Land, so turning 35
I
this
believe
year.
she's the oldest in the
I
forward
also
core.
I think she is too. But she brings so much. She brings so much depth,
Yeah.
like so much experience to this team.
Yeah, of course.
So gonna be huge. But I agree. Sarah Nurse probably in the top 6, probably with that second line.
Yeah.
Natalie Spooner, middle 6, probably middle 6. I'll name it. I'll name the next one. My next one will be Brianne Jenner.
Yep.
Same thing. Still part of that older core,
Yeah.
kind of. She's also 34.
Producing in the PWHL right now,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. 11 points for the Charge this season. Like, still doing her thing. 2022, 2018, 2014 Olympics. World Championships dating back all the way to the year 2012.
Yep.
Just another great player.
Another GOAT.
Yeah, she provides a ton of experience again, guide the younger players. That's a
Yeah.
big role of a lot of these older players that are kind of, I don't want to say getting to the end of their playing career for
Bring in
Canada,
the new generation.
right? Like how long do you think Brianne Jenner, Sarah Nurse, and Natalie Spooner are going to play? Like, obviously Mary Philippe Land, who's still that age, I think is going to play longer than them.
Nurse
just
is
'cause-
younger than the other
Okay.
that you named. But
Let's talk
Only
about
a few
Brianne
years,
Jenner and Natalie Spooner then. Like, how much longer do you think they have in them? Like, you can see their production is dropping off a
don't
little
know.
bit.
2, 3 more years.
Yeah.
3, 4. My guess is 3
Okay.
with that age.
Like, the thing is though, when they're not putting up as much points as they are now, they're gonna be great fourth liners.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you. Like,
That's
it's gonna be crazy.
It's any good player right now. They're not going to just age out from being a top 6. So
Yeah.
move into lower leverage role.
Yeah. So I think like a lot of the Brianne Jenner probably good middle 6 forward. Middle
Yeah.
6 forward can play top line if
know.
they want to, but like,
Yeah, I'm sure any player could play in the top line with Mary Philippe Land.
exactly.
Right.
But we do have some studs. You want to name another one?
Let's go with. Here, I'll name a couple younger players.
You want to go
do-
younger already, or do you want to keep? I thought we were going old
Locks.
to young.
Okay, well, we can do old to young. Blair Turnbull is on my list, or is on the list.
I
And
hope she's on your list. She made the team. Yeah,
she-
Blair Turnbull.
my bad.
It's
She's
okay.
on. She's on the team. She's only a couple years younger than
Yep.
the names that we just listed. Right now, got 10 points with Toronto on my team, and is the captain.
Captain of the Sevens
There you
of
go.
your team.
My team.
Get to know her.
Yep. She's been playing for a while.
Yep.
I mean, like all these older players, it's pretty much the same story. Playing on
Seriously,
on these
right?
national teams for forever.
Right.
And-
Big thing about Turnbull, she has worn the A in the past
Yeah, she has.
for Canada. So
Yeah.
will she wear the A again? There's so much talent on this team that honestly, I believe any one of these players we can name could wear the A.
Yeah.
Apart from the C, we already know who that goes to. But yeah, another huge middle 6
Yeah.
forward. Even bottom 6.
Bottom 6.
Like,
Yeah, she'll slowly find her way there, I would
right?
think. But
Like, obviously, she brings a ton of leadership, being the captain of the Scepters. Another huge add.
Yeah.
I'll name another one.
Yep.
Let's go with Laura Stacey
Yep.
for Montreal. 8 goals this season, puts her 11th in overall goals in the P-Dub. 16 points. She's a +9 on the best team in the league, obviously. 2 Olympics, World Championships going back to 2017.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's got the A with Montreal right now.
Okay, and she's she's represented Canada since she was the age of 16 years old.
Yeah.
So she knows what it's like to wear the leaf on her chest.
Mm-hmm. She had 18 points last year too, and just another solid performer as well.
Okay. Do you want to keep just moving through
Keep
this?
going.
I
keep
think
going
also
through.
I just want to say I think Laura Stacey will play top 6.
Yeah.
She's
one of the
very
taller
good.
players too.
Yeah. Exactly, and that's huge.
Yeah.
Like especially a lot of these.
Like we got a couple. We got a 5'3" and a 5'4".
Right. A lot of these
on
women
forward.
are on the shorter side, and so you definitely need a bit more of that.
Yeah, 5'10".
Some height. Yeah, that's
it's
huge.
pretty great. Keep going, I guess.
Keep rolling.
Looking at my list, I guess we've got. I think we got most of the older players. Like we're now birth year of 96 to 99.
I got one more. Who?
Okay, hit me then.
I don't want to say. No. Wait. You're right.
Okay.
You're
Well,
right.
Hannah,
Keep going.
okay.
You go. No.
Are we going by
save her
age?
for last. You're about to say.
Yeah.
Save her for last. She's the story.
Okay, well then I guess it's got to be. Did we say Emily Clark?
We did not. I don't think.
On Ottawa right now, 16 points this season.
Yep.
Another lock. I mean, if you go back to, what was it, the 3rd episode?
Yep.
Like, we went through this list. Like, we went through a lot of these players already, and we kind of, like, as we described earlier, it's, like, it's really easy to predict this team, and we only had, like, 1 or 2 players. I have 1 player that I listed that's not on this team, right? Obviously, we did it for the Olympics next year, but, like, going through, right?
It'll probably be the same, like very, very.
Goaltending's
close
a little
Yeah,
different.
we'll get to that later. But it'll be very similar to
Yeah.
what we have right now at the World Championship. Yeah, Emily Clark,
Yeah.
another middle 6 forward, puts up points, can get it done. Played for Canada dating back to U18s in 2012. Another one of the players just going to get it done.
I will say, I feel like every player we've mentioned right now is like we've been saying top 6, middle 6. I think there's like 3 of those players that we named are going to be on the 3rd line, right? Because I think the two players that are coming up soon that we'll talk near the end of the forward core will be in a top 6 role.
Right.
So
it's just the thing is like it's so hard to put these some of these players in the bottom on the bottom line, the 4th line, because they're like they all put up points for their team, and they've all played for Canada for so long.
And like I've mentioned this before, like we're not predicting lines, but if we were to predict lines, I'm sure they'll change later throughout the tournament. We're going to see what players mesh well, and then which ones need to change, and which like all the scratch. Like now, nobody's going to be scratched for every game too. Everybody's going to have a shot. So.
Yeah.
Keep moving through.
Yeah, let's do it. Do you wanna go next? Or
Sure.
Do you want me? Okay.
I guess next we got like Kristen O'Neill.
Yep. Kristen O'Neill is definitely like obviously she's going to make the team. She has tons of experience, but not having the best year in Montreal this year. Talk about this. This stat is I found crazy when I found it out.
Yeah.
Victoire, best team in the league by far. She's a -13.
Yeah.
-13 on the best team in the league.
MPP is a +13 on the same team.
Right? Like
only 4 points too. Like
yeah, not pretty.
not pretty, but
No. Definitely, like if we were just talking about lines, definitely probably
at the
fourth
bottom
line
or scratch.
Yeah.
Right now.
But you know, if she's gonna put her effort in, she's gonna put one hell of an effort in. Definitely more defensive than offensive, and that's huge. That's a huge thing, right? We see all these players putting up these substantial amount of points. You're gonna need players to shut things down, right?
Yeah.
That's what O'Neill's gonna do. She's gonna play her role great. Played ton for Canada, 3 World Championships, 2 gold medals to her name. So, you know what? The plus minus not the best, but she's gonna find her role, and that's what you need on a national team. You need players to find their role, right?
Yeah.
So,
Everyone will find a role, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And like the pool play, you can screw around a lot if you want against some of these teams, right?
Yeah.
This is tougher because I don't have mine sorted by age, but I guess next
Neither
Next
do
is the
I.
younger players.
We're getting to the younger players. So if you just want
to
to
just.
if you want to name one
Okay,
off,
well
let's
we can do Sarah Fillier and
Yep.
Daryl Watts next.
Okay, let's start with Fillier.
Okay.
Um,
First
Wow.
overall pick last year.
yeah, this
She's
is
a
her
point a game player
rookie
right
season.
now. Yes.
Rookie season, and she
Elite.
is second in points right
Yeah.
now. The whole entire PWHL with
Yeah.
25 points, tied for first in assists with 15, and third in goals. She's a rookie.
Yeah, she's a rookie.
Oh my God, I cannot say enough about Sarah Fillier. I love her as a player. Just crazy. The
Yeah.
thing is, she's still like she's done it before. She went to the Olympics in 2022, won a gold medal. Last season, she was at the World Championships in 23, 22, 21. In 23, named MVP, top forward of the tournament, and made the media all-star team. Like, she's young, but she's done it before.
Yeah.
She's like these. She has the experience of some of these older players.
And I think another crazy thing about this rookie year is that she's on the worst team as well, and she's tied with the most points, right? Like
with the
top,
Sirens,
like worst team, worst jersey, and she is performing pretty well, right? It's pretty crazy.
Just insane what type of numbers.
Yeah.
Like, she is going to be probably
stud.
on that first line, by far. And the thing is, she's so young. Like, we've named all these older players. She's that generation that's going to take over.
Oh yeah,
100%. Sarah Fillier, just
oh yeah, yeah. It's pretty crazy,
right?
Yeah.
I don't know. First overall, like she's a crazy story.
Yeah, it's pretty cool story, and it's just crazy coming in as a rookie in the PWHL,
Right.
and it's a new league. We're gonna see how these the next couple first overall picks. We're gonna see how they work. Like, she's the second one, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting if players can perform just like her in the rookie year.
Yeah, and the thing is, she is a rookie, but let's just
Doesn't
remember
play like
she's
one
also she's also like 24 years old.
Yeah,
So,
they're older.
a bit older.
Yeah.
So like the thing is, that's still kind of like nearing into your hockey prime per se, because she did play, I believe, 5 years of college or 4. So she's not like these 18-year-old Macklin Celebrini's coming into the league.
Right. It's a little different.
It is. It is. And I
They're
believe as
aged and more mature.
right, I believe
in
as
the
the
game.
PWHL kind of develops a little bit, but probably we'll see a bit younger players coming
That's
into the
for
league.
sure. Yeah.
But definitely, let's move on to, as you said, Daryl
Daryl
Watts.
Watts.
Why don't you tell us a little bit better?
Well, a year older than Fillier,
Mm-hmm.
but 23 points on Toronto this year, close to a point a game player, and kind of came out of nowhere. Not like Fillier, but she wasn't on as many national teams or like these bigger tournament, like Canadian teams. But she definitely deserves it.
Yeah.
She's a center right now on Toronto. I would assume she moves to the wing.
You'd
Probably
she
finds a top 6 role
I think she needs
with
it.
her age.
The thing is, she's tied for first right now in assists.
Yeah.
In the whole entire PWHL, and also, as you mentioned, almost point per game per player puts her tied for third in the league in points. So she's definitely talented enough to play top 6, and I think she needs it if she's gonna. As you said, doesn't have too much international experience. All I have is her in the U18s in 2017, and that's pretty much it. She's never really represented Canada at a big stage.
Yeah. I guess moving on, Jennifer Gardner and Danielle Serdachny.
Yeah, Serdachny, yeah.
Yep. Who do you want to go with first?
Doesn't matter. I like Serdachny. No, only 7 points so far in 24 games. I don't think that really, she's a good player. She really is.
She'll
good.
find a good spot in the bottom.
She will. And the thing is, I even think if needed, she could play an elevated role, but probably starts in the bottom 6.
Yeah.
World champion for 23. Won silver there. Playing the rival series, a couple times. She's a really good player, and she's represented Canada before. Just not having the best year. I don't think that her point total really represent her as a player.
That's true. And Jennifer Gardner, kind of the same story. Probably will find a spot near the bottom. She has 16 points this year for Montreal. But she'll most likely find a spot. Those two players will probably be in and out, along with maybe the next one. I'm not sure yet that we'll name.
Yeah. I agree. Gardner a little bit more offensive.
Yeah.
But
she's on a better team though.
True. Well, she's on the best team.
Yeah, on the best team compared to Ottawa,
in Montreal. So, but you definitely need some little bit of that bottom 6 scoring.
Yeah.
Definitely. So if she can find that, kind of find that play of
rhythm,
defensive, but also could pawn in a couple goals. She's plus 10 this year too.
Yeah.
Still on the best team in the league, but that's still a big thing.
Yeah.
Of course, you got to look at plus minus. And so does that leave us with one more forward?
Yeah.
Do
I can go for it.
it doesn't matter. I got a whole
go
thing
for
written
it.
about her too.
Okay. Hannah Miller, last one that we've got to name here.
Quite the story.
Quite the story.
Yep.
She's a little on the older side, but wow. Point a game player
Yeah.
in the PWHL for Toronto.
Yeah.
Great story. Kind of came out of nowhere.
Tons of stats. So she's tied for third in goals, tied for third in assists, and tied for third in points.
Yep.
And second in plus minus with 11
Yeah.
on Toronto. But Hannah Miller, let's tell the story about Hannah Miller. So she recently just put in a bid to Hockey Canada to play for Canada.
Yeah.
Because in 2022, she was representing China at the Beijing Olympics. And the thing is, it was a very complicated situation. Lots of questions were raised of if she was even allowed to play for for China, because basically China has a rule where if you have dual citizenship, which she does, of China and Canada, that you're not allowed to play, but she still did play for China.
In the Olympics, I think the last couple of years they've been a little more fluent.
Yeah.
And I know when like 2014 and like when NHL players were playing, Team China had more Canadians on their team, for at least for the men's. I don't know about the women's, but like
Probably
it's been more. They've tightened it up more.
Yeah, and Beijing needed a team.
Yeah.
China needed a team because it was in Beijing.
Yeah.
So they had a lot of those players come over from Canada who still had like Chinese connections, and Hannah Miller was one of them, and she's one heck of a player. But now, unfortunately for her, she was removed from the China roster because they finally kind of held up the rule of all players who have dual passports aren't allowed to play for China. So unfortunately, she will not be represented. I don't even know if China's in the World Championship. Probably not. No. So she can play for Canada now. She represented Canada at the U18s before, and I think that is the only time she's ever represented Canada at the
I think it's her first national team.
Yeah, I agree, but this is a huge addition.
That is
top 6, top line, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Like she puts up a good amount of points.
Yeah, and she's on Toronto. I believe she plays with Sarah Nurse on that line. Maybe
That's
they're on the
perfect right
same
there.
line
Yeah.
mates. There's a lot of Montreal. There's a lot of Toronto PWHL players. There's actually for the forward core. There's only one player from a American team actually, which is Sarah Fillier.
Really?
Yeah, the rest are Toronto, Ottawa, or Montreal.
I am.
On
That
the
is
forward core.
extremely shocking to me.
It's
I won't lie.
I just noticed that right now on my list.
Actually, I think we. Yeah, I think
Unless
you're
I'm
right.
missing.
I also think we missed a player. Did we talk about Emma Malte?
Oh, we did not.
No, we did not. We'll end with her.
End with her.
We'll
Go
end
for
with
it.
her.
You're on a 5-3.
Sure. Yeah, 8 points, 25 games, a -1, plays for Toronto, 2022 Olympics, 3 World Championships, bunch of rivalry series, U18s.
Yeah.
She's done it all. She has the experience. Not really a point producer. No. Also a -1.
She'll be in and
-1
out.
on the best team, second best team in the league.
Yeah.
So.
She'll be in and out with those players that we were mentioning a little earlier.
Right. Yeah.
She'll get her shot.
Yeah, I'd count her as one of the more experienced players.
Yeah.
But yeah, just another one of those players.
She is still quite young.
She's part of the core.
She's still quite young. She's only a year older than Sarah Fillier.
Really? Yeah, definitely not a top line, but she'll play her role. And that's what she needs. That's what you need. You need those players who are gonna kind of step off the offense and play some defense, right? Because that's what this team needs. They're so offensively gifted.
All right, Jake, I think that's it for the forward core. Let's move on to defense. Do you want to start? Do you want to do what we did last time and just go oldest to youngest?
Let's do it. We have definitely some young guns, but definitely some people who have been here for a while. And talking about people who have been here for a while, let's talk about the oldest person on the team, Jocelyn Larocque, a defenseman for the Ottawa Charge.
Only 5 points this year.
But
on the older side,
Yeah.
that's what you expect.
Right.
She's
Not
there.
her
She's
job
a
to put up
veteran.
points.
Yep.
Like-
No, she's a veteran player that's there to play some defense, to just be there for the younger players.
Yep.
And this might be her last time. Maybe next year
look
might
like
be it.
Really might look like it. She's played in the World Championship since 2011, having 5 silvers, 3 golds, and 1
of
bronze.
accolades, a lot of gold medals.
Right. She's played 50 games overall at the World Championships. 25 points in those 50 games. So just half a game player, pretty much. She's huge. We were kind of questioning. I know when we did the Olympic roster, we were questioning if she would make the roster. To have her at the World Championships, give her a good look. If she can perform here, she'll make this is gonna be a good look to see how she performs with her age, with how star-studded this defense corps can be, and how the young guns will perform. And if she can still hold her own, shut things down, play that probably definitely third pairing. If she's gonna play, she's gonna play third pairing. That's just what it is. Like maybe she could play up.
She'll be in and out.
Pair with someone who's a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Kind of like she is the rock for the offensive juggernaut she's paired with pretty much.
Yeah.
Kind of shut things down.
Yeah.
Just like a Kale McCarr, Devon Taves type of situation you see. She'd be the Devon Taves pretty much.
Devon Taves is a little younger, but
no, but
I'm not
looking
mean.
at age. I'm not looking at age.
I think she'll just be in and out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they
I was saying if they play in the top 4, that's what it would be like.
They got 8 D-man, so defensemen, so
yeah, could be hard for her to make the roster for sure. But do you want to let's just move on from her?
Yeah.
She provides a ton of experience. She was a captain for her own team many times.
I guess the next two, that would be, if we're going by age, we've got Renata Fast and Erin Ambrose.
Yep. Another 2 players who I think will play in the probably top 4. Renata Fast especially. Tied for assists for first in the league with 15.
Yep.
20 points, 25 games as a defenseman, played in 2 Olympics, PWHL Toronto.
She's worn the A a couple times in a couple World Championships.
She made the All-Star team in the 2023 World Championships. She'll play top line. That's not even a question for me.
Got 20 points in the PWHL this year. And Erin Ambrose as well.
Yeah, Erin
a little
Ambrose,
different, not as star-studded, I'd say anymore.
but
She was when she's younger, but
she's got lots of IQ. That's something I found. She's a very smart player. Plays the right game. Plus 10 this year.
12
with,
points, which is
with
still
the
really
Victoire.
good.
Yeah, not a goal, not a single goal.
No,
12 assists.
12 assists.
But she's just so smart with the puck.
Yeah.
Played in World Championships since 2017. Won gold in 22.
Yeah.
At the Olympics. Another person I think is going to play probably in the top 4.
Yeah.
Probably that second pairing more or less. But a huge addition.
Oh, yeah.
Just feed the star-studded forwards. Let them do their work.
Yeah.
Couple 1Ts probably off of her.
I mean, it's all we really got. 2 locks once again.
Yeah. Like there's like 4 defensemen who I think are locks to play in the top 4. And another one I think is Ella Shelton. Assistant captain for the Sirens this year. Another American team player, finally.
Do you think... Oh, okay, hold on.
Yep.
We haven't named her yet.
Yep.
Do you think she plays over... Do you think she plays higher than the captain of the Sirens?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do. And do you want to just say her name? That you're talking about Micah Zandy Hart.
Yeah.
Captain of the Sirens, and Shelton, obviously the assistant captain of the same team. But Zandy Hart was...
Do you know? -18 last year.
Yeah.
In the PW.
-6 this year.
Yeah. What is Shelton have?
Shelton's -3 this season. Yeah. But 13 points in 19 games. Someone who could put up points. She's played Canada a bunch. 3 World Championships. A gold.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, when we were making our Olympic rosters, Zandy Hart was actually someone we both had on the bubble.
Yeah, I think we had, when we did our rosters, we had the exact same list.
Yeah.
So.
She was on the bubble. Yeah. Ella Shelton was there.
Yeah.
I think Ella Shelton is more in her prime right now, feeling herself.
Okay.
I think she could play, like, she has a -3, but she plays for the Sirens.
Yeah.
I think she plays in the top 4. Yeah. Probably that second line, the connection.
Yeah.
Or even that top line with Renata Fast.
We'll see. Same age as Ella Shelton. We've got Claire Thompson.
Yeah.
As well on defense. She's playing with the Frost. Yeah. She's got 17 points this year.
I mean, put her in the top 4. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
we've been saying that for every player now.
No, I think
5.
Okay, I have 5 players I think can play in the top 4, and she is also one of them.
Yeah.
My final one, I won't reveal it yet, but Claire Thompson, 17 points, 25 games, puts up points. At the 2022 Olympics, she had 13 points in 7 games.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty much 2 points a game.
Yeah.
At the Olympics.
As a defenseman too.
Right? And so she's only played 2 World Championships, but she can also play in that top 4. Like you have so many good defensemen that can play in the top 4. Like it's crazy. But and I'll get to another one.
Yeah, well, the last 2 we got are 2 players that it will be their first national team they are a part of.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to go with first?
Let's go with
Both play in Minnesota.
That's true. They both play in Minnesota. Let's talk about the one who plays for the professional league, though.
Okay.
Let's talk about Sophie Jacques.
Yep.
Just crazy. First call up to a major Team Canada event.
Yep.
Tied for second in the league with assists, 14 assists, 18 points, 20 games played. Jacques is just unreal. +5 on the Frost too.
Yeah, no, definitely looking at the defense core. They've only got 3 righties, 5 lefties, so I think she'll be playing quite a bit. I think. Yeah. I would assume, just given that there's only 3 righties.
I know I've said this a bunch, but I named 5 players who I think play in the top 4. She's one of them. One of them's gonna come down.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not the coach, so I'm not making a decision. I give you 5 players who I think could play in the top 4. She's one of them.
Yeah.
So
and then you want to move on?
Let's
the biggest story, I guess.
The biggest story. We talked about it a lot in our last women's
one.
breakdown.
Younger than me.
Younger than Caleb Schneider. Caleb, how old are you?
I'm 18.
And born in 2006. And
yeah, she's she's under a month. She's under a month.
Right? I find that crazy. 07.
Me,
Played for Team Canada. Caleb, who is it?
Chloe Primerano.
Yes, Primerano. Just turned 18. A little over 2 months ago.
Yeah. Of course, she plays for the University of Minnesota, the Golden Gophers.
Not even in the PWHL
No.
yet. No.
And actually, fun fact, she's not the only one that's not in the PWHL for this team either.
Yes. Yeah. We'll get to the goalies. We'll get to the goalies. Don't worry.
Incredible story. We did talk about a lot. She was drafted to the WHL. She was the captain of the U18 team last year, I believe.
Yeah.
And right now she's got 31. Well, she had 31 points in 25 games for
35. Is it 35?
Oh, I got 31 in 25 games.
Okay, I have 35 games, but that's probably wrong.
I don't know. I could be wrong too. But anyways, incredible number 1 D-man there. Yep. She will become a number 1 D-man for Team Canada 100%. Sometime in the future.
I think
just incredible.
Yeah, she'll get. I think obviously just because of her age, she'll probably be on the bubble. Yeah. But like, if she can prove herself quickly, she'll play. She'll be in that decor the whole entire tournament. It's just if she can live up to the moment of playing with the.
She'll get her opportunities.
She will.
As well.
She will. She will.
Just see if she takes it.
Right. That's the thing. I think she will.
I feel like she will.
I think she will too.
Given how she was the captain of that 18U team, and she performed there. She's performed everywhere she's played.
Yeah, but this is the next step.
This is the next step. That is right.
She's performed with her age group. Now she's playing with people who are like 15 years older than her, right?
That's true. See that's the thing with like Sophie Jacques, who's also on the first national team. She's played in the PWHL, which is
she's proved herself.
Yeah, she's playing against players that would be playing in these tournaments, right?
Are playing in this tournament,
or she's playing against players that are on her team too, right?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing you're not sure about her. But it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah, no.
Great decor.
If she could prove herself, she'll get minutes. Probably in the third pairing, maybe even in the I don't even know. Who knows?
Well, I think it's only okay to have low expectations for her.
Right? Yeah. You bring her here just to gain experience. That's it.
Oh yeah.
That's it right there. And we'll see if she makes.
But she does not just for the experience. She does deserve a spot on this team.
Of course.
She does.
I didn't
deserve a spot.
If that came off like that, I'm sorry.
No, I know. I'm just saying. She does deserve. She does deserve a spot, but it's a lot. There's a big part of it that is experience, but she can definitely help the team.
I mean, of course, her numbers say that she can.
They're not gonna if somebody gets hurt from the top pairing. Yeah. She wouldn't play in the top pairing, but they would be totally fine putting her in, right? Yeah. There's nothing to be scared about, right?
No, especially against maybe some of these weaker teams. Yeah. That they're gonna play. So let's just take a look at their group. I have their group pulled up right now. Oh, do I? Yes, I do. So their group is actually they're actually in the same group as the U.S. So they will play the U.S. in the group stage. They also play Czechia, Finland, and Switzerland.
Okay.
And I think Group A is
Pretty good.
astronomically stronger than Group B.
Switzerland's pretty good, and Finland's pretty good as well, I believe.
Yeah. So I don't know who made these groups, but the other Group B, is Germany, Hungary, Japan, Sweden, and Norway.
Ouch.
Yeah.
This is a world championship. I know some international tournaments, sometimes they do everybody in Group A makes it to the playoff round.
Yep.
I believe. So I think from what I'm just guessing right now, I think all 5 make it from Group A anyways, and then 3 teams from Group B make it. So that's why the Group B is weaker.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
I believe that's how they
true,
do it.
that makes 10 times more sense.
I believe that's how it works. I think the top 5 teams are in Group A.
Yep. Okay.
For this tournament.
Okay, that would make sense. I think just having Canada and U.S. in the same group alone kind of showcases that.
Yeah, like for viewers like us, more people are going to tune in for that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like it that way, honestly.
Yeah. And then like teams like Czechia, it's in Czechia this year, so that's going to be that's always a bomb when you're at home. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know how well the stands will be packed for a Czechia-Canada game.
Hey, you never know, man.
Never know.
Never know. They love hockey over there. Last year, men's world championships was in Czechia, and we saw what happened. So we'll see how the women's team does. You know?
Yeah. Do you want to move to goalies?
Let's do it. Let's move to goalies.
Do you want to do? Let's just do the lock. The lock of the locks.
Yeah. Who's the lock, Caleb?
Got Anne Renee Debien.
Yes.
And
easy.
I will say before we move on, Emmerich Smashmeyer would have been the other lock, but she is out and possibly out for the rest of the season, according to Ottawa Charge.
Yeah.
But Debien makes this team. She probably would have been the number 1 anyways. She's got the best save percentage and goals against average in the PWHL this year for qualified goalies.
Yeah.
Yeah, she on the best team as well. I don't know if that knocks it up or knocks her down a little bit. I think it knocks her up, to be honest.
I agree.
But on Montreal from Quebec, just unbelievable goalie. Probably the best goalie in the tournament.
Oh,
or
I
for sure
wouldn't put
is.
no probably about it. Like she's got a 932 save percentage at 1.85 goals against average. Like she is legit. Played for Canada so many times. At the Olympic Games, she had a 940.
Yeah,
crazy. Like those are just insane numbers.
Yeah.
So she'll get the start.
Yeah.
With Noah Mashmeyer, she'll probably play every game, or a majority of the games because there are some weaker competition. But
I think
the big games,
it will be her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No doubt.
Yeah.
I think player that will get the she won't play all 4 of those pool play games.
No. I agree
believe. I will move on. I believe Kristen Campbell will get the spot for those
backup.
Yeah, she'll get the backup. She'll play 1 or 2 of those pool plays.
I agree.
She is a little older than Schroeder, who we mentioned earlier.
Yep.
But gets a spot, deserves a spot, and will be interesting to see how she does as a backup. And we'll see if she gets a spot next year.
Yeah.
I'd assume after she got picked here, I'm sure she'll get picked next year. But we'll see how she does. Like, if it's not great next year, then if it's not great this tournament, then next year could be on the line. We'll see.
Right? They bring her. They give her a look. She was at the Olympic Games in 2022.
Yeah.
23 World Championship, 22, 21.
Yeah.
So she's played for Team Canada before.
Yeah. She's got the experience.
Like she has the experience. Maybe didn't play many games when she's to the tournament she's been because of how stacked Canada's goaltending is. Yeah. Definitely good look for her though. If she performs well, she'll probably be the 3rd goalie because we all have Mashmeyer's going to be there next year, 100%. Unfortunately, the knee injury keeping her out. But yeah, good opportunity for Kristen Campbell to solidify herself as the 3rd option for Canada goaltending going on.
And then do you want to get into our 3rd one?
Yeah, I would love to. Probably. No, I'm not even gonna say probably. Definitely the surprise of the team, and I love it. I'm gonna hopefully say her name right. It is Eve Gascon.
Correct. That's I've got.
Eve Gascon. What a story she is. So I remember earlier in the episode, you said there's 2 players who don't play in the PWHL. She is one of them. Also plays for Minnesota. But how about Minnesota Duluth University?
Different
university than the University of Minnesota Duluth.
Yeah.
Cal, do you want to explain a bit about her? Her numbers?
This year she was the rookie. No, she was the best goalie in the uni league.
Yep.
Last year she was in 2020 she was she won 3 games in the U18s, lost 1. This is her first national team.
Yeah, I mean, she's
Just
very young. So.
like a couple more uni stats. This year she had a 942 save percentage.
Yeah.
Last year was a 946, and I believe last year was her first year too.
Yeah.
So pretty insane. She's playing on a pretty good team as well. So
Yeah, Minnesota Duluth just played in the NCAA championships. They lost to Cornell in the quarterfinals. Quarterfinals, though, still very good.
yeah.
But yeah, and cool story about Gascon. Remember, Primerano, we said played in the Quebec. Was WHL?
She was drafted.
Drafted. How about this? Gascon, the 3rd female of all time to play in the Quebec Major Junior.
Wow.
She played, I believe it was 2 games for the Gatineau Olympiques in 2022. One was a 5-4 loss in overtime, and the other one, I believe, actually she won.
Yeah.
If I'm not 2 games though, just that's crazy stuff.
Oh yeah,
like that's crazy experience for her, especially at the young age she is, to play against Quebec Major Junior, which is great hockey. Great hockey.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's huge for her.
She will be she probably won't find a spot next year on the Olympic team, but later on she will definitely be one of those next generation goalies that Canada will definitely use and definitely need later on, right?
And so I think it's another one of these picks. Like, you don't bring Schroeder, who is solidified as a PWHL goalie, right? You bring, obviously, Desbiens. You bring Campbell, 2 goalies who can hold down the fort.
Yeah.
And you bring Gascon just for the experience, right?
Yeah.
Just to see what it's like to play in a world championship. Obviously, probably the goaltender of the future for Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Just like Primerano's the player of the future, defenseman of the future for Canada. You bring some of these future talents just to, get under the belt. Just like back in 2009, they brought Marie-Philippe Poulin.
Right.
Look at her now, right?
No, she will definitely be one of those goalies for Canada in the future. Maybe she gets a start. I doubt it.
Do you think?
I don't know. Who's the worst team? Czechia? Maybe. I would doubt it, though. I would doubt it. Maybe if there's an injury.
Like, I think she could hold her own. I think
probably.
I don't think there's no problem about it. She can. I think she can. Give her the start. Screw it.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. She's the 3rd goalie here.
Yeah. Sadly, but one day she'll.
One day she'll be up there. That's it, Gil.
Yeah.
That's the roster
That's
right
the
there.
Roster.
As always, a heck of a roster.
Yeah.
One heck of a roster.
Oh,
Gonna win gold, hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll have all updates of the tournament on the True North Ice, all social medias.
Yeah.
Gonna be a great tournament. You gotta watch.
It's gonna be a good watch, and definitely check in, guys.
Yeah, and we'll also.
It's great hockey.
Yeah. Look forward. We'll definitely do an episode. At least a part of the episode, kind of breaking down the tournament, maybe what some other teams look like, and then during the tournament as well, we'll definitely keep you updated on everything that's going on, because you don't want to miss it. We'll have this World Championship and then the Men's World Championship coming up in, I believe, 2 months, maybe.
Oh yeah,
probably a little bit after this one starting.
Yeah, we got 2 big international tournaments coming up.
Yeah,
World Championships.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun. We're gonna probably, after those World Championships, we're not gonna do a full on projection, but we can. Some of the players that performed well. Yeah. Some of the players that didn't perform well, and we can maybe say we have a couple swaps on our list for the 2026 Olympic teams.
There will definitely there will definitely be a lot of that. Because the World Championship is predetermines the Olympic team pretty much. That's how I like to think of it. It's tryout.
For the women's.
The tryout.
For the men's it's different, but for the women.
The men's it's a lot different.
Yeah.
But for the women's, it's what your team it's what coach thinks the team could be at the Olympics. And if you perform bad, the thing is Canada has so much talent that they can just pull somebody up, to be honest. Some of they didn't bring to the World Championship. Yeah. So some of these bubble players, great opportunity for them.
Oh, yeah.
Great opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I really got. They should be winning gold.
Yeah.
You see them winning gold?
I always see Canada winning gold.
Okay.
Always.
There we go. OT against USA.
OT. Marie-Philippe Poulin.
There you
OT
go.
Winner. Seems to happen every year.
Yeah.
So, no, I hope it's just like a 6-0 game, to be honest, in the finals against the U.S. Like, I don't want no OT. Just get it done and over with. Let's win the gold. Let's go home.
There you go. Get back to the PWHL.
Get back to the PWHL. Let's get ready for the
soon.
playoffs, the Walter Cup.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's pretty much it. We're going to move into U Sports right now. You want to break it down? What do you want to do first? Do you want to do men? Do you want to do women's?
Let's do the men's tournament first.
Okay. Do we want to address the 5OT game, or do we want to?
We could start with that because that was in the quarterfinals, so it's a good way to start. Our home school, Toronto Metropolitan University, 5 overtimes.
Yeah.
Again, it's Mount Royal.
Yeah.
That game lasted over 7 hours.
Yeah. I will say I didn't really watch the first couple periods, but then like first and second OT was really boring.
I mean, I feel like a lot of it was boring.
It was really boring.
You had 8 goals in 3 periods, and then 0 goals in 4 more periods to follow.
It was really boring. It was sloppy near the end, and then of course, when you see the sloppiness, you know it's gonna be a sloppy, crappy goal.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, and it was challenged for interference.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Nope.
They had a challenge. It was a challenge in the 3rd period, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
If that went the other way, that would have been a completely different game.
Yep.
But there was actually a few challenges, I believe, in the game, which is interesting because like OUA, there's no challenges or whatever for all the games that we watched. We watched a lot of the TMU games.
Yeah. What's on is yeah.
But very interesting. I would say like there wasn't like last year. There was a lot of coverage. I felt like of the U Sports. This year there wasn't as much. I didn't see much on Twitter about this or anything like that.
2.5 hockey games.
Yeah.
Full of U Sports hockey.
And you know, like whoever won, like they were going to be shot for the next game, and most likely we're not gonna.
Yeah, thankfully, Team U's quarterfinal game they did have a break
they
in
get
between.
they had a day off.
If they were on the other side of the bracket and played, they would have had to play back-to-back games after going to 5 overtimes. They would have been cooked.
They would have been cooked.
Even though they did lose their semifinal game. But story of the tournament. I believe the only reason they were here is because they're the host.
Yeah.
The Ottawa GGs.
Yeah.
They go all the way to the University of Ottawa.
Take
the
on
8th
that
seed.
one
The 8th
yeah.
seed coming in. They upset my pick to win the tournament, the University of New Brunswick, the Reds. They upset them. I believe that was overtime. Was it overtime? Yes, it was.
It was overtime.
The thing is, at the beginning of the tournament, the crowd, there was not too much of a crowd there for the GGs.
No.
That championship game, packed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, like I'm sure a lot of those people, all those GG students or whatever, all those fans, they saw, they're the 8th seed taking on the 1 seed, the number 1 ranked team. Probably not going to win, right?
No.
Then they win, and then more people come, and then of course they make it all the way.
Bunch of
And it was
bandwagons.
packed. Yeah, bandwagon. That's exactly what it was.
Right.
Hop on the bandwagon.
Right. Bunch of fake fans.
Yeah, fake
Just
fans.
Kidding. Just kidding. Shout out Ottawa U.
Yeah.
Good school.
Moving on to the semifinals now, we have TMU taking on the Ottawa GGs as another OUA matchup here.
Yep.
TMU had a couple more wins in the regular. Actually,
Yeah.
TMU had 17 wins, I believe. Ottawa had 16 wins in the OUA.
Yeah.
TMU made it all the way to the final.
Yeah.
They lost to Concordia, which we'll mention later. My opinion, going into that game, I thought TMU definitely did not have it. Both teams had the day off. Both teams went to OT, but 5 OT compared to 1 OT.
Yeah, I don't know. You get the day off.
got the home,
and
you
the
got
thing is, as a
more
TMU
fans.
fan and a TMU student, I'm not going to lie, I was pretty happy to see Ottawa U instead of the UNB Reds.
Yeah.
So I thought we definitely had a better chance, and we put up a good effort. I know, we tied it up 3-3.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, just later in the game, couldn't get it done.
No.
Ottawa U scores with 42 seconds left.
Yeah.
They jam it home, unfortunately, to break the hearts of the Bolds and eliminate them from the tournament. Ottawa U continues the Cinderella story. They go to the finals. It is a great story.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much the factor of tiredness played in for TMU.
I don't know.
But all of this is going to be there. It's gonna be there.
Probably, yeah. Like TMU will jump the gun right now. They ended up with 4th. They lost in the bronze medal game.
Yep.
But
Just Saskatchewan.
yeah, Concordia and Saskatchewan played the other semifinal game. Concordia came out on top, and we watched one of those Concordia games. Man, even though they had some questionable defensive stats, the way they played defense in that Queen's Cup final against TMU and TMU, was pretty cool. Like, it was really good defense.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see that much especially from a younger team. Like younger teams like this, you don't see that very often. It was really good. Everything was out to the blue line, out to each boards. Nothing was working for TMU in that game, and they pretty much did the same thing against Saskatchewan.
Yeah, shut them
And
out.
walked their way to the final, which we have the GGs and Concordia.
Yeah. Ottawa U, Concordia.
But I just thought Concordia had that locked up. GGs take it. They had a 3-0 lead in the first period, I believe.
Yes, they
and
did.
Concordia scored one in the second and then late in the third.
Yep.
Thought we'd have an interesting game. It was interesting at the end, but Ottawa takes it home. 8 seed, wins on home territory.
Mm-hmm.
Great story. And then on the bronze medal game, we had TMU and Saskatchewan. TMU just didn't have it.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan, was it 4-1?
It was 4-1, yes. Ottawa U, that by the time at the end of the tournament, they were packed. That place was packed. And it definitely helped. And also, obviously, you got to mention Frankie LaPena. Frankie LaPena, goalie, named MVP of the whole entire tournament for the for everybody, for every single team that was there. Probably the reason why Ottawa won.
Yeah.
Like, just he played so good. He played so good. Just incredible.
Yeah.
He made 31 saves in the finals, 17 saves in the third period alone against Concordia to secure the game. Like, you're on shutdown mode right there when it's a 1-goal game, and he just showed up. He really did. LaPena, incredible tournament. Like, going into this tournament, like, no clue who he was. I know his name now, right? Like, that's exactly what you want from a U Sports player. If you're really trying to make it, like, it is. I remember he did an interview, and he was saying, he was asked if he wants, like, what's his career going to look like in hockey, right? And he said, now I know I'm in U Sports, and you have to pull off the Logan Thompson. You have to go to the ECHL, then you have to work your way up to the A. And he said, you know what, U Sports is an opportunity for him to get his education and to keep playing hockey, right? And that's exactly what he's doing. He puts up a performance like this. It shows maybe some professional teams that he's got it in him, right? Like,
he's got an eye on him now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's huge.
Yeah. And that's really all for the men's. We're just doing this quickly. Is there any other final thoughts before you go to the women's?
Not really. Great tournament. Great tournament. Great run by Ottawa.
U Sports is always fun to watch.
8 seed winning it all. Like, that's what stories are made of. So, good for them.
Move on to the women's. Actually, pretty close. Hosted pretty close nearby. An hour and a half train ride away.
Yeah. I did not make the trek out.
No, I was actually like a couple feet away from the arena one night, but we did not go.
Wow.
$30 to watch a U Sports game in person is a little crazy, but
I don't think it is.
It was $30, and I didn't want to do that. But Waterloo Warriors take on the 1 seed in the first round quarterfinals and freaking win 3-0. What the heck?
What is up with these 8 seeds beating the 1 seed?
Yeah, it also happened in volleyball too for the men's.
Brandon?
Fact,
The story of Brandon winning
Brandon,
it all. Home.
Yeah.
At home, too. Like, the thing is, Waterloo is basically at home where they were playing.
Yeah, and they packed. So when I was looking, they had a pep rally for the semi and the final game. Both those games had pep rallies, and they packed it. There was, I believe it was the arena, because I'm from there, 1,500 people you can fit in there. They packed it both games. They're sold out. They were selling, I believe they sold standing room, like they sold all the tickets for all the seats, and then they had like an additional 200 just to have people in there. Like there's balconies to stand and watch.
Yeah.
It was pretty packed. It was loud.
I hope it was.
Take on the 1 seed, 3-0, and then they take on, was it Concordia?
In the semis?
Yeah. Or is it UFT?
It was Concordia. It was Concordia in the
Concordia,
semis. 5-1.
5-1, and then
so far outscoring the tournament 8-1 in our first 2 games. Like, just that's defensive masterclass right there.
And then they play the Bishop Gators.
Yep.
Not the result they wanted, but
no,
it was interesting, and I watched quite a bit. It was just loud. It was cool to see U Sports final game packed out for women's as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good run by Waterloo.
Yeah.
Another run all the way to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
They knock out the first seed in Alberta,
Yeah.
who actually didn't win they won a consolation game.
Yeah.
But went 1-for-2. Ended up actually placing 6th in the whole entire tournament because they lost the 5th place game to UBC.
ouch.
Yeah, that is tough.
Yeah, basically I got a little bit of slander last episode picking Waterloo to win. And I said home crowd advantage. And man, I was looking
about
smart.
that.
I was looking good for a couple days. I was a little bummed finding out they didn't win. But
I
then
forget who I picked.
I wonder if you picked the one.
I probably picked Alberta.
I think you did.
Yeah, they're the 1 seed. I probably looked at the 1 side. I
Yeah.
don't even know what I was thinking. They finished 6th in the tournament, so
Yeah.
shows what I know. But
Yeah.
you women's U Sports. But I'm a fan.
And I was looking back at the previous U Sports. This 8 seed crap never happened. This
No.
is the first time it's ever happened. There's one time that
Good.
the 8 seed won and beat the 1 seed, but then they got killed in the semis.
Yeah.
That was the only time in the past couple of years for either women's or men's. But it really, really cool, really interesting draw. It drew a lot more eyes, I'd say, to U Sports.
And that's what you want,
And
right?
for the men's side, there's going to be more eyes given what we talked about in the last episode. Go check that out about the new rule.
Yeah.
But U Sports, it's on its way up, I think.
It's on the up, baby.
Yeah.
It's on the up. Let's go.
It's never going to be anything like NCAA, but it's there.
Especially with the NCAA rule that was allowed a
Yeah.
couple months ago. It probably will never reach that point,
never,
but it's a great league for people who want to continue playing hockey. And I think it still deserves attention. Like, it really does. It's great hockey.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's U Sports for you.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Bishops and congratulations to Ottawa U. 2 great runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to do it for this episode. Jake, any final thoughts?
No, just super excited for the Women's World Championship coming up.
Yeah.
Make sure to watch it. Follow us on all social medias. It's True North Ice on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Watch the past podcast if you haven't already, especially if you want to see maybe our predictions of the 2026 Milan Olympics for men's and women's team. We see a lot of these similar names on the team. We're the people to do it. Thank you
Exactly.
for joining us on these 6 episodes. Caleb, final thoughts?
Yeah, I'm excited for this World Championship. It's going to be fun. Now, as a podcaster for international tournaments like this, it's going to be fun to actually kind of dive in, pay more attention, I'd say. Have the laptop out with a couple notes.
Right.
It's gonna be fun diving into that. That's pretty much it. I know we've been saying that we're gonna be on the social media game. We haven't really been, but soon.
Coming soon.
But any last thoughts for you, Jake?
No, that will do it for this episode of the True North Ice podcast. As we said already,
Yep.
Social media, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram especially, True North Ice. Find us there on all of our socials.
Yeah.
Signing off, Jacob Ewing, Caleb Schneider. Thank you for watching.
Peace out.